I guessed that you would be the only one who would dare to come here. You've got courage.
Yo, the Getcho podcast crew is in the building.
Yo, what is up?
Yeah. We live, you know what I'm
Hey.
saying? Of course, I had to bring my poppy in the building.
Hey man, I'm just glad to be back off the bench. I couldn't pull a Jordan's a flu game. I wasn't feeling
Sorry.
it. As you can hear, I'm a little raspy. I kind of sound, like Tom Thibodeau after a long coach game with the Chicago Bulls. Shout out to Thibs. The Wrestling Delorean podcast says, "What's good, fam? What's up, man? Thank you for stopping by.
Good?
We appreciate you, homie.
Thanks
Man,
for
dude.
stopping by, homie.
Man, I'm glad to be back, man. I'm glad to be back. I missed last week, and I wish I did it.
Well, you know what? I mean, you missed last week,
Right?
but could it be that the Illuminati's pizza that you got from Punk wasn't cooked all the way, or possibly maybe Drew McIntyre
Yeah, he
laced it?
laced. Yeah, Drew McIntyre laced that free Illuminati's pizza that we got at NXT. But you know what? Who knows? Who knows? Who's to say, really?
Right. But
But
since you were
I'm
at
here.
NXT, do you want to
Yeah.
give a little bit to the audience and to the listeners the vibe that you experienced?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, it was a great fucking like energy, like venue. It gave a takeover feel. Obviously, I didn't know about the rebrand going into it, and then
when it was black and silver.
Yeah, black and silver, and then you see the branding, and it just kind of looks like a takeover. And then the stage is still pretty good, and it starts off high with DX, new titles. I wasn't really feeling the new titles. It kind of gave me the old WWE ECW title that Ezekiel Jackson last wore. Shout out to Ezekiel Jackson. Cheap plug for Ezekiel Jackson, wherever he may be. Shout out to Ivan, though, by the way. Not to sidetrack here. He's like, remember, he's Papi Jr., no senor. He, like me, what's good, fans, for promoting the show now that y'all live. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, shout out to the homie right there.
It's all like it's fine. You know what? You know what, Devin? Just call me Papacito. Just call me Papacito then. If you want Papi Jr., just call me Papacito. I got you. But dude, it was a great show. Honestly, my favorite show that I've gone to live in like a long time. It was a great time. I loved it, man.
Good. I mean, it looked like the crowd was hot. Obviously, it's in the Chicagoland area. Got to be specific here. Got to be specific.
Yeah, exactly.
But it looked like it was a good show, as we discussed last week on the episode. Shout out to Marks and Mike's teaching J2 who came by and assist with the assist. But listen, let's just start off hot. Let's just start off the right way. My man, what type of wrestling fan were you this past week?
Okay. So before I give my answers, I do want to go ahead and tell the chat. Let us know. Type down what type of wrestling fan you've been this week, and we'll cover it after we're done talking about our fandom. For me, I was thinking about it long and hard, because there was a lot of good, there was a lot of bad. And I've came to the conclusion that this past week, I've been the trail mix wrestling fan. What I mean by trail mix. Okay, you know what? It's a bunch of good stuff in the trail mix. You got your peanuts, you got your raisins, you got everything. You got your pretzels.
A little bit of candy in there.
Yeah, exactly. A little
granola.
Yeah, some granola. Yes. A good trail mix has a little bit of everything. And I felt like a trail mix isn't for everyone. You may not like all the items in the trail mix, but it's still a good bag, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I felt about my fandom. From SmackDown to Bad Blood to Raw to NXT, and I'll talk about it in my winners and losers. There's been a lot of stuff that I liked and a lot of stuff that I disliked, I know I'm going to catch flack here, but I'm not a pretzel guy, so those pretzels in there, they're going to stay in the bottom of the bag,
True. I mean, when you get a trail mix, right? They'd be like, "What the? Why is there so many raisins in here?" Like,
Yeah,
I was told there's gonna be cashews. I was told there's gonna be almonds, but there's more
exactly.
raisins and granola in here. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. I'm like, what is this? An oatmeal? Like what? Like
Yeah.
is the trail mix or oatmeal bag? You
What,
know,
a dry ass parfait. This is a dry ass parfait.
parfait. I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. But yeah, man, I've been a trail mix wrestling fan. You know, like a mixed bag with my fandom this week.
Okay, I got you. Okay, and for me, I gotta say the type of wrestling fan I've been is called. Follow me here. It's called a remember berries, right?
Remember berries?
Remember
Okay.
berries, right? It's
Oh,
just like
I know where you're
feel
going.
me.
I know where
You
you.
feel me? You feel me? It's like you're getting berries, but they were bring you back to a time when you were got into something, right?
Right.
Right. So like remember berries is like okay, so you talking about how NXT last week made you feel like a takeover, right? Well, then I started watching some takeovers from yesteryear, right?
Right.
Remembering them, right?
Yeah.
And just seeing like how the feel was from that time to now. So like I watched Sasha and Bailey, the
Okay.
Iron Woman match. Remember that? That's actually like a couple years ago. Like
Yeah.
because to this day it was October 7th.
Hmm.
So it's like not that long ago when they had that, and I just remember that time how that was a weird transitional period for um, WWE and wrestling in general, right? Because like at that
Yeah.
time, NXT was like kind of not known yet. I mean, it was
Right.
crossing over because they just had Brooklyn, but like in terms of like women wrestling, also like
Hmm.
it wasn't it didn't start up yet, and then it kind of like got into this whole mold of like women's evolution and everything like that,
Right.
and evolved to what it became to be. But it kind of started with those two, if you really think
Oh,
about
for sure. For sure. Honestly, like, I mean, I as much as I may not fuck with her currently, but Soraya Page back in the day with her and Emma was
it.
they ignited the flame. They started it up like with the matches, and then Sasha and Bailey just kind of lit the whole place on fire, so to speak.
Right.
I'm with you.
And
I feel that.
and watching a bunch of other takeovers too, like Chicago 1, Chicago 2. Uh, who could forget that Finn Balor and Hideo Itami,
Dude,
were a tag team. They had a tag team match with back then the Ascension. You remember
that's
that the Ascension?
crazy.
So watching some of like the old school takeovers like that, definitely made me remember Barry.
Yeah,
Um, but let me hit the comments real quick. I think we got this one right here from the homie.
yeah. All right,
He's saying
Delorean,
like, yeah.
go
He
ahead.
say he does look like it looks like the ECW title also. Yeah, I know. It totally does, like what you mentioned.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Bakley's in the chat. Shout out to Bakley. He gave
Shout
me
out to Bakley. Shout out to Bakley. We
yeah.
got Word Elite up in here too.
Hey, World
What's good?
Elite.
What's good? How you feeling? Let
Which
us know what
member
type of
of
wrestling
World?
fan you been. Word
Yeah,
Elite.
yeah, guys. What kind of wrestling fan have you been this past week? Shout out to Courtney. She's in here too. She says, "What's up, my peeps?" And then Bakley's also saying Baron Corbin was a biker boy when he debuted, and you know, he
That is a
was.
guy that has had many gimmicks in his wrestling career, man.
He's had a trail bag worth of gimmicks, you could say.
For real. For
Trail
real.
mix,
He was
trail
broke
mix.
ass Corbin,
That was my
right?
favorite. That was my bum ass
That was your
Corbin.
favorite? Okay,
No, that was
okay,
my
okay.
favorite.
Okay,
Constable
okay.
Baron Corbin,
I did. Oh my gosh,
King
so many to
Corbin,
choose from.
King Corbin
Um,
too.
yeah, that was another good one too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Baron Corbin. I mean, listen, he's a good worker. What else can you say, right? But speaking of good workers, right?
Yes.
Let's just go into it real quick. All right, Bad Blood, right?
Okay.
Just real quick. We're not gonna go up and down and like
Right.
what matches of the night. Just your feel on Bad Blood as a presentation as a whole. How did you watch it? You know what I'm saying? Were you listening to Taylor Swift as this happened to? Shout out Jalen on the beat who made that video.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wasn't listening to No Tay Tay this weekend, but
Okay.
I went over to my parents' house with the wife. Watched it with my siblings. My
Shout
parents
out.
at some point joined us, and I know a lot of people gave a lot of flag to that Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley match because it wasn't the best. especially the botch finish, which we'll talk about. But it was a good experience because my parents decided to sit down with us to eat some pizza, Chicago style tavern pizza, by the way, the best
Shout
kind.
out.
Shout out.
The real
And
deal, the real deal.
and we decided to like put the pay-per-view in Spanish commentary. That shit was like the best thing ever.
Come on.
The best thing ever. It felt
Come
like
on.
watching a wrestling telenovela, and I fucking live for it, man. It was the best. I love the presentation. I liked almost everything that happened on the show. Nothing was terrible. You know, not Nia Bailey, they did their thing. I guess maybe Damian versus Finn kind of let me down a little bit because I thought it was going to be more. There was a lot of shenanigans that happened in the main event, and we'll talk about that too. And then Hell in a Cell, our boys CM Punk and Drew, they killed it. They did their
Come
thing.
on, let's go.
Overall, I thought it was a good presented show.
Same. I know we talked about it, you know, amongst ourselves. I think we felt like the show was backwards. Like, the Hell in a Cell should have main evented, and then the super tag team match between Bloodline and Cody and Roman, like that should have been first. But you know, whatever it is what it is. You can't do any wrong. I mean, the one thing I will say about Bad Blood, I loved every match. Right?
Yeah.
The Nia Jax Bailey, that one surprised me. That was hard hitting. Right? I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Listen, anytime you follow up any type of Hell in a Cell match is difficult, but those two made it work. Right?
Yeah.
That was just as brutal. I thought that was just a fun match to watch. The one thing I will say is, you know, I think we need to chill, right? And I'll move this into the winners and losers. This is the kind of a loser for me. I think we need to chill on the entrances.
On the entrances?
Okay,
the theatrical over the top.
The way over the top. I mean, okay. The marching band that came out and did Cody's thing, yeah, I was feeling it, right? Obviously, they're going to use them because they did it at their at the university, at the college, right? Which was dope. It was dope, right? When they did it there.
Yeah.
I don't know who is the person that instructed them or the sound person that they dealt with, but it just did not work in the arena for some reason. It just did not. And then you play the duration of the song that it takes for Cody to get to the ring, right? The marching band does, right? And then why did you have the actual song play for Cody too? And then somebody told the band to play while the actual theme music was going. It was just
they couldn't sync up. They couldn't sync up. My favorite.
And some people, even after they were done, some people still played. It's like, yo, what's going on here? You know,
y'all didn't rehearse this. It felt like a Getcho episode where nothing was scripted and planned out. It just kind of happened.
It was like our first live, you know. None of the shit worked, you know.
Listen, I want to go ahead and say that my favorite part was that one white lady that was playing the drums. That wasn't even.
I was gonna say, we're not even. We're joking about Cody. We didn't even get to Roman yet.
Yeah.
Okay, Roman came out at the wrong time. I felt right. All of a sudden he appeared. You just sees him popping up like Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus with the one. And then you look around. Oh, shout out to April Bump, my homie Kyle.
Yeah, he said whoever cued Cody's music messed up. They were out of sync because of that. They were. Fact. They really were.
Fact. And then, man. Do you see the one chick you were talking about it who's beating on the drums like offbeat as hell? I don't even know if her stick actually hit. It didn't even thump anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no. It was hitting air. She was playing fucking air. Like, I'll show you the video once we're done with this because I don't have it prepped and ready to go. But I'm with you. There was a few miscues, you know. You know, Nia and Bailey, they killed it. But Courtney's saying that they botched the hell out of that match with Bailey and Nia. I don't recall any botches, but you know, I also, you know, I was seeing Bailey. She was there, and you know what Bailey does to me.
Hey,
me queda 1%. You know, it was like that. It had the opposite effect here, because Bailey's talking about when Raquel came out too early, and then he's like, let's she let the ref see me to call the DQ, then still put Liv on Rhea to the pin. That was dumb. That was another
Oh,
botch right there.
talk about Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah, Raquel. Yeah.
Miss All Lives.
Oh.
Listen. listen. I mean, botches, whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
it happens, right? It
for
happens. There's
sure.
nothing you can do about it, right? Everybody messes up. Raquel putting the pin on Liv. Listen,
Right.
Raquel been out of the game for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also too, we can't really expect much from Raquel Gonzalez. Really, we should
Yeah.
not have her to a high standard. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's kind of
Listen,
expected. It's kind of expected.
like I
But
said,
I
look.
see what you're saying. I think the botch that Courtney's talking about. I
Hmm.
think it's the time where like Bailey was either going to do a power bomb on Nia
Right.
and kind of just threw her.
Ah,
Do you
okay,
remember
okay.
that spot? But to be
No,
honest, I wouldn't mind switching positions with Nia Jax. But anyway,
that's neither here nor there.
there's not any here or there. To
No,
me,
no.
I still enjoy the match. I still enjoy the match.
Right.
I will say back to what I was saying earlier. Yeah, the whole interest is just do away with it. It just when I watched it, I just heard this.
It would have been
It
better if
was
they
just
just hit that instead. Honestly, throughout
like,
the pay per view, there was a lot of that going on. To be honest with you.
yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, like, I understand that these are two big marquee guys, but
Yeah.
we don't need it. We don't need it. You
No,
know.
no, it's okay. It's bad blood. Like I get it if you're doing that at SummerSlam, WrestleMania,
Yeah.
even. Like, but what you doing? It's bad blood. It's
Come
bad
on.
blood. I mean, come on.
Yeah. It's a
You
house. It's
want
basically a glorified house show. Let's just call it what it is.
exactly? Hey, I won't say all that. I won't say all that, homie. But it be what it be. Quick shout out to Broadcast, and saying what's up,
Hey,
saying what's ups.
broadcast. Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
you.
shout out
Shout
to
out
you
to you.
guys. I'll go with mine, homie, and well, okay, so we're pivoting from Bad Blood and just going straight to winners and losers, right?
Well,
That's
yeah. There's one more loser on Bad Blood. I do want to kind of say, but we don't. We could just just pick off whatever.
fuck it. Let's just talk about it. I'm giving a loser to The Rock.
Let's go. That was mine too. That was exactly.
I knew exactly where you were going with it. Like we're gonna give a loser of the week to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like he came out, he looked like a nerd. I'm sorry, he's lost his aura. He's lost the everything. He
Ugh.
came out trying to
See,
make it seem like he's a big deal, like a big boss character just spawned in an episode of Dragon Ball Super or something.
exactly.
Nah. That's not what happened. He came out, he gave me those vibes of like the dudes that be going to the wrestling shows and they got like 4 titles on them and they're big
Ooh.
as fuck. And they're just showing up and they're sitting on the watching the program the entire time with their giant belts and stuff. I was like, bro, get rid of that stupid title, bro. Like it don't mean nothing. It has got no lineage. It means nothing. You just want something to hold, because your ego has been shattered since Black Adam. So you
Ooh.
want to do something. Like I'm over Dwayne. I hope after we get, obviously they want to do that Bloodline Civil War. They want to
Yeah.
do that Cody match. They want to do that Roman match. I'm hoping that once all that happens, we're done with Dwayne and we can see him disappear after that.
Listen, I'm with you, and I wasn't feeling the Evil Knievel looking outfit either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You Knievel.
the graphics on the outfit look like my grandma's carpet. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
just, it's like, it looked like he kind of like just cut the sleeves off from,
Hmm.
John Travolta's Saturday Night Fever, suit that he had. It just wasn't for me, but I do like what they're building. Right, I do agree with you with the loser part, but on
Right.
the winner part, I do agree. I do like the build for War Games.
It's getting there because if you just go based off what you saw on TV, then there wasn't much. But yeah, like Rock with his toy bell is hilarious. Yes, it's
True,
hilarious.
true.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I can't take it seriously. Ever since him and Cody went back and forth, it's like I'll let you hold mine if you let me hold yours.
Yeah,
Like on the Raw after WrestleMania. See, Cody, I have a belt still. That kind of energy. I feel that.
Yes,
I feel
yes,
that.
very
But
much.
for me, I think the segment or the thing that added more weight to the build was that little video that was shared online of Solo Sokoa, like basically reassuring Jacob Fatu, saying it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the
Uh-huh,
plan. And I'm like,
uh-huh.
ooh. So are you saying you've been the underboss and not the Don this whole time, Solo?
Right,
He's really
right.
he's really Stacks instead of Tony D. He's not Tony D. He's Stacks.
If we reversing the factions,
Yeah, exactly.
hell
You know
no.
what it's like? It's like the first Mortal Kombat game where you think Shang Tsung's the main boss, but no, that's Shao Kahn.
Oh.
Like the Rock is the final boss, he's Shao Kahn, and then Solo
Or
Sikoa is
are
Shang
you really?
Tsung.
Or you thought it was DK the whole time in Fast Furious 3? That was running the gang, but it was really Han. It was really Han.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit was funny. That was funny. I
Um.
was more hyped for Jimmy's return than the Rock. Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Facts.
Uh
Listen.
Bakley
Listen.
agrees.
Nobody can wear a bandana and hoodie like Jimmy.
Twilight, dude.
Nobody could do that.
You
If
know it
that's
was
not the next like WWE elite figure, you know what I'm saying?
yes.
Like
I'm
you
with
could.
you.
It has the detachable head with the hood
Yeah.
and the bandana, and then has the regular one with his tongue just
I
like
I
that.
want to make sure that you can take the hood on and off. That way I can
Oh, so it would be you. You want the cloth?
yes, the cloth. I
You
want to be able to
want the
listen. Like a long time ago, we talked about circumcision. I'm all about hood gang. Like we gotta have the hood.
yo.
We talked about circumcision way back when on Smacking Raw. Shout out to Matt. He made that public because of that conversation.
Get
But that,
Yeah, yeah.
that would be cool. Like it'd be cool to have that.
hey, listen, I'm with you about the hoodie. I'm with you about the. I gotta be, I don't want no P Diddy people to type hear me to like see what I might be interested in, but pass
Right.
on that. Pass. No, but okay. Jokes aside, jokes aside. Um, I will say the one winner is WWE Plant.
Right.
Okay, hear me out. Because the person that recorded Solo Sokoa doing that was definitely a plant person, right?
Yeah.
It was a fan plant, just
Yeah.
like how there was a plant person outside capturing the Kevin Owens Cody Rhodes thing.
Dude, there was like a crowd
There was
outside.
a crowd.
There's
There was one
like
that was on the top balcony. There was one from the
right.
side. There was one behind like the bus and the Lambo. So WWE industry plant
Right.
for those footages,
Was it
winners,
JT?
definitely winners.
I
Huh?
heard through it was a JT from Marks and Mikes. I heard TC from Young Kings. Saying that they might be an industry plant. They might be a WWE plant. So it might be JT.
And
JT.
JT's tall enough. He's 6'9". He's definitely tall enough to get some of those
Oh
footages with
yeah, yeah, he's
no
got the height
problem.
for it.
So
No, I think the
shout out to
funniest
him.
thing to me, because we were talking about Jimmy's spawning up. Like honestly, it literally just felt like you were playing online, like World of Warcraft or like Minecraft, and then all of a sudden he spawns in
Yeah,
because
for real.
it was done so beautifully. Because all of a sudden you see Solo, he's like, "Oh, I'm ready to fuck you up, bro," man, and he's looking back. He does like a double take. I'm like, wait, who the fuck is that?
Uh-huh.
He's like, let me pull back the skin real quick. I mean, the hood, and then super kicks the Tongans. So
Uh-huh.
it was all good shit. It was all good shit. I liked it.
It was a good comeback. It was definitely a
Yeah.
good comeback.
Bakley asked, does that make Jacob Fatu Luca from the D'Angelo family? You know what? He might be Adriana Rizzo.
I was gonna say
He might be
he
Rizzo.
might be him.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Dom's here. He's like, "What's good, fellas? Dinero,
Hey,
you
what's good,
shouldn't
Don?
be." He's like, "Dinero, you shouldn't be bad mouthing the WWE FTW title. The final boss is for the world." Listen, man, if you're enjoying the final boss, don't let us tell you differently. We don't yuck yums over here,
We don't
but
yuck any yums here. We
but
don't
like
yuck
we
any
talked
yums.
about at the beginning of the episode, wrestling fandom is like a bag of trail mix. You may like the pretzels, I may not. I'm gonna take flag for the pretzels. I know Matt doesn't approve of my lack of pretzel likes, but it'd be what it be. A lot of people didn't like Dom for a long time, and we've been supporting Dom from day one. You know, uh,
Exactly.
wrestling
Exactly.
Delorean. He was like, I gasped when Dom fell out of the shark cage. I didn't know he was strapped at first. I thought he was going to lose circulation to his ankle. I'm like, bro, like I just saw one of my favorite basketball players retire due to some ankle leg injuries. You trying to tell me one of my favorite wrestlers going to have a D Rose like hanging off that steel cage? Like I was
Right.
trying to, I was not trying to
You
say
know
it, but
what? You know what made that spot also like just as good, because I know you joked about it being a pinata spot, right?
yes, it
It'd
was,
have been better if like when he was getting hit, like chains fell out.
dude. It would have been
Chains or the
hilarious.
chicken tenders came out of his
Dude, if
pockets, you
chicken
know?
tenders fell out of Dominic Mysterio as he's getting beat like with the kendo stick, I would have laughed.
Yeah, right. Something to give the effect, right?
Yeah. Going back to industry plants, Delorean podcast, he's saying shout out to the 20 plants in the crowd that watched Braun and Bronson the week before when they were destroyed. Like,
That's true. That's
um,
true. Because that dude that got thrown was definitely a plant person.
Devin's saying that The Rock is pretty much Thanos in the storyline. That's why he's the final boss, the Avengers statue storyline. I don't know. Is he
Mm.
Thanos or is he more Ultron? Is he?
Ultron. You think he's that? Okay. You think he's that powerful? Okay.
I don't know about powerful. He thinks he's that powerful.
Well, okay. As we found out, through Loki, right? That the gauntlets and the gems don't mean anything, right?
Yeah.
So just like that title, it doesn't mean anything. Also, so
You know what? You know what? You're right, Devin. The Rock is Thanos with the Infinity Glove and the Infinity Gauntlet. But if he was in the Time Variant Authority, where like they don't mean nothing, like exactly then, like in Loki when they pull out the drawer with all the Infinity
yeah,
Stones and they just use them as a weight stop. Yeah, that's
yeah. You do that. Like if this had to be compared, if we were doing a small sweaty session to that
yeah.
scene and wrestling, yeah, there'd be all the titles would be in that drawer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
The
for
world title, the
sure,
women's
for
title, the
sure.
tag team title.
Shout out to the
Um,
old Divas title.
hey, the butterfly,
The butterfly. Hey,
the
how'd you?
butterfly.
I fucked with the butterfly.
Okay. Okay. All right. Me too. Me too. In some ways, depending on who's holding it. Shout out AJ.
Fair. Shout out AJ.
Okay. So if we're jumping in the Raw, right?
Yeah.
So I will say, yes, it was cool seeing 2 hours of Raw, right? It was, because then
Okay.
you're getting. They really got into all the heavy hitters right away, right? Um, the pace of it was decent, right? Of course, this is their first one, so it's like not going to be as perfect,
Yeah.
right?
Like
Because
our
they
first
spent
live.
how many years planning for 3 hours, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So you're trying to condense what you used to do now to 2 hours. Now you're going to definitely have to cut a lot of stuff off, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Um, so the unfortunately the loser part is basically the booking of the show,
Oh, dude,
right?
100%. I'm glad you
The
mentioned that.
the
I have
booking of
that
the
too.
show really, and I think the ads killed it too. Like
Yes.
it's in the women's tag match, it was half ads.
Facts. Facts.
Which is sucks, because like you want to see the tag team wrestling from Alba Fire and Zoe Starks and Shane and them. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to see them put out good matches, because they have been for the past month or 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
It just like sucks that like that time frame is when the ads come in,
Oh, for
right?
sure. And it's always the women that usually get the short end of things, which is the fucking dumb and it sucks and it shouldn't be that way. I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, like at least their match was long enough to squeeze in a bunch of commercials. Like Xavier Woods Jey Uso was the first match of the show. That was like 7 minutes. Like, remember I was on
Dude,
my phone,
and
like,
that was all ads too.
oh, dude, like what's going on here? Before I knew it, like Woods already lost on my
Yeah.
damn. So okay, I agree with you, Justin, because I also had the 2 hour Raw format this week as a loser. Because
Uh-huh.
look, this is why I was saying my fandom is like a bag of trail mix. Because when you hear, oh, we're gonna go away from 3 hours to 2 hours for a few months, for a few weeks, I'm like, beautiful, perfect, I love it. And then you
Uh-huh.
see the first version of it, I'm like, ew, no, go back to 3 hours. I miss all my content. Because
Yeah.
the things that stood out to me, like I said, uh, it felt like very like fast paced, like but not in a good way. It felt like it was kind of rushed. You said the pacing wasn't that bad. I thought it was outright terrible for my enjoyment because you start off the show. If I'm not mistaken, I think Sexy Red came out, and she was the first thing for Raw. Then we go into a video package about Bad Blood, and then CM Punk comes out. He only goes to the stage because either time constraints or injuries doesn't let him do anything else. He's like, "Oh, I don't know when I'm going to come back," and he looks very emotional and stuff like that. Seth comes out, interrupts him, and he's like, "You know what? Respect to CM Punk. Hopefully, you come back soon so I can really injure
Fuck
you
you.
and retire you." And then
Yeah.
he goes and calls out Bronson Reed, and then all of a sudden Jay Uso's music hits, and you're like, "Whoa! Are they teasing Jay Uso versus Seth Rollins?" No, they're just
Yep.
trying to get to the first match, and then when
Yeah.
you come back, and then it's Woods versus Jay, and it didn't last that long. And you were talking about the women. That was the 10-woman tag match. Who booked this shit? Was it Vince McMahon? Is he back over here doing multi-woman
That's what it
matches?
felt like. It felt like a Vince McMahon production.
Right, and that was the only women's match we got, if I'm not mistaken. There were
Yeah.
hardly any women outside of that match. You had Judgment Day didn't even show up, with the exception of Liv and Dom. They came out of their little car or whatever with Cheeto fingers on their hands, and they talked what they wanted to talk. They didn't answer any questions. They went back into their car and you know what? Actually, we're gonna leave. They didn't even like the 2-hour Raw format. They felt it in the air.
Right.
They're like, you know what? We're out. So they dipped. There was no Territories except for Rhea Ripley having the little vignette, but no Finn, no Carlito, no JD, no nada. And I'm like,
well, which is a huge loser because Judgment Day segments have been really the thing to watch on Raw too.
yeah, they've been the thing similar to SmackDown and Bloodline where it overlaps throughout the entire show. And then it imagine it. You know what it's like? I'm gonna tell you what it's like because we were talking about the CW back in the day. SmackDown used to be on the CW as well, and I remember sometimes on a Friday night I'd be wanting to tune into SmackDown, but because either women's basketball or college basketball or some sort of sport was on, I tuned in and I'm watching some kind of sport. I'm like, what the fuck? When is this gonna happen? And then it's 11 p.m. at night. Then SmackDown starts. That's kind of what it felt like. I tuned into Raw for my Judgment Day, and I didn't get my Judgment Day. It was weird.
I feel you. Just like when you get a big ass pretzel at the bottom of your trail mix, it goes back. It comes back in full circle. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Bakley saying that apparently they taped next week's Raw right afterwards too. I don't know if they taped the
Right after
full.
this one.
Yeah, because they had the extra hour for the venue, so I don't know if they taped the full show, Bakley, but I do know that they taped some stuff. But I try to avoid the spoilers because
right,
it's the life I live.
You still want to keep it half kayfabe. You know what I'm saying?
I was I'm over here complaining about my bag of trail mix, but I don't want to know what's in the trail mix. I want to find out as I put my
you want to
hand
be
in there.
surprised?
Yeah, see, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, a peanut.
It's oh yeah. Oh, walnut. Okay, all
Okay,
right.
Cashews.
Oh,
All
a
right,
dried strawberry. A dried strawberry. Oh, all right.
all right. Why not? Fuck it. Is that a Skittle?
Okay.
Is that a Skittle?
Instead of an M&M. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take
Okay.
that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. What's good? Okay. Hello. Yo. Good. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Technical difficulties, audio stuff. But okay, so basically, so the if we're moving on, right, to NXT, okay. So I
Right.
would say the huge win for us as Chicagoans is definitely Tony D getting that North American Championship. You know what I'm saying? It was a good segment. I liked the finish. The entire match was dope. I mean, it definitely played into him overcoming his fears and everything like that. Dude, the spine busters and everything that happened in the match was good. Yeah, shout out to Tony D. You know what I'm saying? Forget about it,
Yeah, forget about it. Forget about it, man. For sure. I mean, I had Tony D as a winner too. That was going to be the
Yeah.
first thing I mentioned, but we sidetracked and went other ways. So I mean, like you said, he finally beat Obafemi. He's a new North American champion. He's actually a champion instead of holding the cup this whole time. So shout out to him. He's actually got a championship belt. So I'm all about it. I'm happy for the guy. It sucks that Obafemi is no longer a champion, but we'll see what happens to it going forward. There's possibilities him moving up to that world title scene.
Right, right, right. The thing too, right, is that I also wanted to give a shout out to Matt too, because he talks about how like the Italian gimmick is sometimes used as like a comedy type side, like a just a laugh part of the show, wrestling gimmick type style. And it's cool to see somebody like Tony D to give that serious, what I'm saying, style to the gimmick. So I'm
Right.
really hoping that Tony D like has a long run with this championship. Maybe him and Obafemi run it back. I don't know, because it looks like Obafemi might be headed to the main roster, but we'll see. I still want to see Obafemi and Trick though. So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, like you said, it might be a situation where we're gonna have to wait and see. Like we might get that trick match, but we might not. So
right, right,
I think we're
right.
I think we're going that way. I think we're going that way.
It seems like it too. It seems like it too, especially like the way like it looked, during NXT and everything like that. I do also want to give a winner to the location that NXT was in, right? Like the little arena that they had. It looked like it was like packed, because if you
Yeah,
see on the stage, like people were even seating on the stage.
yeah, no, for
So it
sure.
was
It
definitely a
was,
packed house.
yeah, definitely for sure. Sorry, I gotta look this right there by the chat because
What they say?
because
What they say? Pull it up.
because
Pull it up.
all right, hold up. Let's see. Devin saying I can hear you, Just. He's saying Vince can't hear you on this side. And then Baker's like, "You good, Just?" And then he's also like, "The Whites got in Vince. There you go. Practically, you go. You got this, brother." And then Tony D went into rage mode after Oba pushed Rizzo. Yes, he did.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Devin was like, "We'll see because we still got Halloween Havoc as well coming up." Which shout out to Halloween Havoc, man. I think that was going to be like more of a news and rumors type of bit, but
Uh
yeah,
huh.
I'm looking forward to it. I think Obafemi isn't going to get called up just yet. I think the soonest might be Rumble. I could see him make a strong
Making
appearance
an
in the Rumble.
appearance. Yeah.
Yes, in the Rumble would be a good spot. And not to sidetrack from the convo, guys. How does my audio sound? Did I fix it? Did I fix it? Did the Wyatts? No, I know I got the Wyatt mask over here somewhere.
Are you next? They're done with Chad Gable. Now they gonna come
Yeah,
for.
yeah. Did you guys see a QR code on the screen? Okay, okay.
Is your skin is your screen blurry? Is it blurry?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, you know what? I got a winner and a loser, and I'm gonna back to
All right. All right.
I'm gonna go with my winner here because I haven't been too positive. I'm gonna give it to CM Punk. He finally beat Drew McIntyre. Hopefully, he got that monkey off his back. Yeah, it looks like
Uh-huh.
he may be gone for a minute. Probably like Rumble season, we'll see him back around that time. Who knows?
Yes.
However, Drew, Punk, both winners because they put on one of the best, if not the most bloodiest Hell in a Cell match I've ever witnessed. They
Okay.
restored, they restored the aura, the mystique, the presence, everything about that Hell in a Cell. It was great.
Okay.
Like we talked about, that should have main evented.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
called
For
Bad
sure. For
Blood.
sure.
Have the Cell main event.
Yeah. I mean, definitely this match should have been invented. But when I think about it, where does it rank in terms of Hell in a Cells? Does it make the top 10
I think
for you? For anybody in the
try,
comments?
yeah, okay. How does that cage match, like that Hell in a Cell, rank up with you guys versus all the other ones? Obviously, they're iconic ones. The first one with Kane debut, the Mankind one. You
Those are
also have,
definitely 1 and 2. You know,
Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Hell, End of an Era was probably the
End of
best.
an Era. I
Yeah.
will give an underrated one that a lot of people forget to talk about too.
Hmm.
Sasha and Becky Lynch.
It was a fantastic
I
Hell in a
thought it
Cell.
was a dope.
It was a
Cell.
fantastic. You know which another one? And shout out to Katie from Smack Raw, because she said Usos New Day.
Usos New
Fantastic.
Day.
Yes.
Probably the only time that there would be a tag team in a Hell in a Cell.
Exactly, and it warranted, honestly, because at that point they were going head to head in terms of the best tag team. But no, yeah,
Edge and Undertaker SummerSlam, where Edge gets sent down to
gets sent down to hell,
to where Homewreckers gets sent down to.
Yeah, basically said the New Day Usos is underrated for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Agreed.
That's my wife blowing her nose. If you can hear in the background.
Gotcha.
But
gotcha.
I think right now, using my own recency bias, and it is recency bias, I'm gonna say it's in the top 10. Maybe it's like in the lower half of the top 10.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll make a list and we'll come back to it. But yeah,
okay.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Devin saying you sound good, Papacito. You're good, hermano. Appreciate you, homie.
Yeah.
The OG, the OT, the O. What would it be? The OPC, the original Papi Chulo.
Oh, because you playing off of OT.
Original Papi Chulo, Devin.
Yes. The OT.
Okay. The OPC. Shout out to Devin, the OPC.
Yo, that's a shirt. That's a shirt.
Yeah. That's a shirt. That's a shirt for sure. Like, and then in terms of a loser, I'm gonna go over to SmackDown earlier in the week that started things off. If this is legit, it sucks and it's a loser. If this, I'm hoping it's storyline driven and it's work, but I hate to do it. But AJ Styles made his return to Nashville, and Homie G sprained his ankle, rolled it. Didn't look really, really good. It was bad timing for AJ for sure. If it is indeed a real injury, and I'm just hoping that it's just storyline driven. Honestly,
I'm praying to Santa Nino. You know what I'm saying? I got the rosary out.
Right here.
And so but the way his reaction was, didn't seem like it was a storyline injury. The part where I was like, okay, maybe he tweaked it, but when he hit his fist on the mat, made me realize, okay, it's more than a tweak.
If it isn't, then I'm really hoping that he's just a really good actor. Bigley says, rumor has it AJ was supposed to storyline get injured and then actually got injured doing it. Ooh.
No way.
Damn, he worked himself into a shoot. Like, not even trying to make a joke out of it, but listen, the last time I saw someone get that worked up and pissed in the match was back in SummerSlam 2005 when Eddie Guerrero got mad that Vicky didn't come out in time, and he had to hang from like the fucking briefcase, and he let himself go. It looked like he sprained his ankle there too, and you just hear Eddie was like, "Where the fuck was Vicky? God damn it!" And he pounds the mat too, just like AJ. Oh man!
When Eddie Guerrero does that, it reminds me when Alicia Fox used to throw a temper tantrum. Remember that?
Christian used to do that shit too.
I forgot about that.
Before he was talking shit about people's dads, he used to be crying in the ring.
I wonder does Christian throw that same temper tantrum when Britt has to go talk and spend the day with Adam Cole? I'm just saying. I don't know. But
I don't know. At this point, it might be Adam Cole. They'd be throwing the tantrum. Oh man! Shout out to Adam Cole, man. We love you, man.
Shout out to Adam Cole, man. Come on, man. Come back to WWE where you should be. All right.
Yeah. Come home, man. Come home. We love you.
Come on. He was the man in NXT, right? What are you doing now? You know what I'm saying?
He was the guy of NXT.
Dude,
the face.
Dude. He was getting ready to get all his flowers and everything and get that push. But
it is what it is, man. Honestly, at this point.
That's
okay.
And you know what? And the disappointment is undisputed.
I see what you did there. You got any more winner losers, homie?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously seeing Jane and Bianca and Kalani matching gear. You know what I'm saying? What else?
Dude,
say
matching gear, matching championships. Then they interact with Lash Legend.
Ooh. And they asked him to
Metaphor.
come on SmackDown.
Bro,
What?
you already know. You already know.
Hey.
Me queda 1%.
Bro, like, ooh, SmackDown is gonna be
Ah.
good. SmackDown's gonna be good. I love it. I love it. Oh
So
man.
yeah, so ending of that though, with winners and losers. Okay, I want to get into some short outside the ring stuff. Um, basically news and rumors. Because I want to get into this thing that I saw. Right. Okay.
Okay. I think I know where
So
you're going.
okay. So real quick. Right. So I do want to give. If I could be serious for a moment.
It's okay,
Um.
Lance Thorpe.
With everything going on with the hurricanes that happened, that hit North Carolina a couple week ago, 2 weeks ago, and then now we got this other hurricane that's going on in Florida. I want to send shout outs and prayers to all the families there. I wasn't sure if you weren't aware, but Tony Khan did help out some people. He did send Starlink
Right.
navigations and stuff to the people that were in Asheville and North Carolina who had issues with the hurricane and everything. That so you know what? I know we talk about Tony Khan and everything like that, but shout out to him for helping out and everything like that.
For sure, for sure. We give him a lot of flack, but he did
Oh
good.
yeah,
He did
but the person, I'm pretty sure he's a pretty good human being. For the most part.
We'll see.
Yeah, for at least for this part of our segment. But also due to the hurricanes, right? The NXT wrestlers are stuck in St. Louis because they can't really go back to Florida because of everything going there.
Yeah.
So, I hope they enjoy some sightseeing, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Maybe hopefully some of them come up here to the Shy, do some, because it's not that far away. But I also want to give a disclaimer again, if I could be serious. That doesn't mean you sweaty ass fans go to St. Louis and look for them and have them sign your 1001 Funko Pops and T-shirts, bombard them at the hotel lobby and ask them all these weird ass questions that because you don't touch grass, you don't know how to coordinate yourself socially.
Yeah.
Okay, so let them chill, let them live. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? It's a stressful situation for them. It is for the next person.
100%, man. 100%. Leave people alone. Don't bother them, man.
Just chill. Just chill.
Be cool. Be cool. Don't be Dwayne with his big ass title at the end of SummerSlam. At the end of Bad Blood. Be chill. Be cool.
Be cool. But if I could, I would say what's up to Julia, and I would say what's up to Stephanie Vicure.
I get it. You're
but
walking
I would just say
by.
hi. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. And I'd probably keep my distance depending. Airport, that just ain't it.
Oh, sure. That's too weird. If I happen to see them at a coffee shop or something like that, then that's
Right.
But I'm not gonna be all weirded out like those people that brought a whole dolly full of merchandise.
Dude, it goes back to when we talked about the Rey Mysterio stuff and the Funkos.
Yeah.
Dude, it ain't cool. It ain't cool.
It ain't cool, and you just look weird. So the other thing I want to point out: have you heard of these guys call themselves the Costco guys?
The Costco guys. I've heard of them. I don't actually know.
Okay,
much
so
about
basically,
them.
they're a father and son wrestling duo, right? Forgive me, I don't have the names right now, but they basically, went on TikTok. They kind of deem themselves as the Costco guys. They're here comes the boom. Um, and so they actually, had a viral moments and they showed up some indie wrestling scenes. AEW actually signed them.
No way.
Yeah, they actually signed them. So they actually interrupted QT Marshall's match at an indie promotion. So shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, they can have a maybe a false hardcore Costco match in an actual Costco.
Yeah, remember
building?
those dudes that would do random wrestling spots in Walmart and stuff like that. Maybe they can sign them and then they have a whole federation. A Costco Walmart federation or something.
Exactly, and you're giving free advertisement for Costco. You know what I'm saying? Chicken that'd be $5.99. Boom.
Yeah, rotisserie chicken. Boom to the face.
Yeah,
it's I'm
You know what I'm
with it.
saying? Like, hit it with the sample tray. Hit it with the sample tray. Eat the samples. You know.
There you go. Hey, you know what? Reminiscent of Stone Cold versus Booker T.
There you go.
Listen,
There you go.
listen.
There you go. Okay, so the other thing I do want to put out too is Darby Allen, the homie, right? Showed up at a kid's birthday party at a trampoline park and
Really?
teach some kids how to do the coffin drop.
Listen, you shouldn't be teaching kids how to do the coffin drop. Like, especially if they're white boys, they're gonna be out there doing it. You know, like
That's funny because if you look up this photo of Darby Allen showed up at a kid's birthday party, showed them how to do the coffin drop, and in the background you see the kid jumping off.
dude, they're gonna do a coffin drop and end up in the coffin afterwards. Like it ain't it. It
But
ain't it.
it is a trampoline park, so it is pretty safe. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to him for bring some happiness in some kids' lives.
I don't know. Don't let Matt hear this part because he'll just give you shit for it.
If you got the slide, that I sent you.
I got it ready.
Right?
You let me know.
Okay, so this is the last thing, and it kind of ties into wrestling because if you saw Bad Blood, right?
Right.
There was a DBZ sponsor, right?
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Come on, man! They sponsored the Finn and Damian Priest match, right?
Yes.
And listen,
100%.
we're anime fans, DBZ fans. To have that merge with wrestling, it only brings us, so much joy and so much happiness. You know what I'm saying? I would say sensu beans erected.
Correct for sure. I mean, I got the game. Like, I got the game on Monday/Tuesday. Haven't had a chance to play it all that much, but I'm liking what I see so far.
Okay. So basically, I will say this, right?
Okay.
Because DBZ is turning 40.
Yes.
Right. So because of that, Bandai is releasing Goku style beanies.
Dude, I saw that.
Just show the people the clip.
There you go. Like we let me see here. Let me just remove the little banner there.
You got it.
But yeah, there you go, guys. You too can look like Kakarot Son Goku out here in the streets. Be a doppelganger of Goku. I might actually get it. Like just for the shits and giggles, I might actually get it. Like no lie. What about you, Just?
I like that. I know Natalie has said that she wants.
Mm-hmm.
She wants this. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're gonna have to look for how can she get it. I hope they make other ones too, like Gohan, Vegeta.
Vegeta wouldn't be funny. Like you have a receding hairline with an M on there.
Possibly a Trunks.
Hey, listen, I lived through that bowl haircut my entire life. I don't think I can get that again. Like as a grown man, I can't do it. I like you know the Kid Gohan. You know how Kid Gohan looked when he was in Namek versus Frieza.
Uh-huh.
That's the haircut I grew up.
I like that.
I grew up
with
all.
Purple?
No. It was straight black. My mom would never.
Okay, but still, it still fit.
Yeah,
it still works.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for the outside the ring shit. So
okay. So is it time for the main event?
I think it's time for the reason why we're here. It's time for the main event, homie.
All right, let's do it.
And now, Sweaty Session.
I still love watching that. I just can't get enough. But yeah, so the reason why we're here, right? Basically, we're doing wrestler doppelgangers, right? People that we think that the wrestlers look like, right? Now, it could be to our imagination. Some of them you have to have an open mind, right? Because we're trying to be funny with it. So basically, you want to go first?
Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like do what inspired this, right?
Okay.
So what initially inspired the idea was for the longest time I just kept looking at Gunther and I kept looking at Nikola Jokic for the Nuggets, and I was like, listen, they're just two big, strong, like European men, and I'm here for it. Like they kind of like remind me of one another. So
yeah,
let me just put a little side by side so you guys can see here. Tell me they don't look alike.
They're brothers.
Exactly, dude. They look exactly the same. They're like big, tall, white European men dominating their sport. They're dominating their sport. So that's kind of where like my whole thing came about. To be honest, shout out to Marks and Mike's. They're in the chat saying
Hey,
sweaty
JT
sessions.
in the building. What's up, homie?
JT, sorry I missed you last week, man. But yeah, that's what inspired me. I sent this to you. You liked it. We kind of ran with it. NBA preseason just kicked off, so I thought it was apropos to like do the Jokic.
They got
one.
the same haircut.
For real, honestly. Like they're right there.
All right, which one? What's the next one you got?
Okay, all right. So for me, this is the one that I started digging. And we talked about, we talked about NBA doppelgangers, and one of the two dudes that look alike. Back in 2004 or 5, Carlito Caribbean Cool made his debut, and he had the U.S. title. He shanked John Cena in the nightclub. He started wearing the padlock chain, and around the same time in that era, you had a dude over there in Cleveland, and then he bounced over a few spots. Talking about Anderson Varejao. Tell me the homies don't look exactly the same, man. Tell me. Tell me. Especially this one specific. Look at Anderson Varejao and Carlos. Oh man. Tell me they don't they're cousins, they're primos. I know he had a brother called Primo, but this is an actual Primo.
That's the actual Primo.
Yeah, that's his cousin right there. Primo Anderson.
Yeah.
He said my guy Sideshow Bob.
Oh, that's good.
For real,
that's good.
That's
a
good
shout
one.
out. Shout out, Bakley.
Oh man, yeah, you know what? That would have been a good one. I spit in the face of people who foul me. Oh man, that's funny. Okay, just which one do you want me to play?
You know what? Go with Dominic.
Dominic. All right.
Dominic, right?
Okay, set it up for us.
So basically, okay, Dominic, right? I'm trying to think like who does Dominic look like, right? And the closest person I can think of is this person right here. How do you pronounce his name? His name is Benson Boone. You know Benson Boone?
I have no idea who that was. I was
Benson
like, who
Boone,
is this?
He sings that song, "Beautiful Things."
You're gonna have to play it for me. You're gonna have to sing the whole song. I don't know that. That's.
Let me see if I can.
I mean, don't you don't have to actually look for it. But I'm just saying.
Okay. I had the song, but you know that song. Please stay. The beautiful thing that you.
Yes, that one. Okay,
it's
that TikTok song.
It's on the top charts right now. To me, obviously, his hair is not curly, but he looks a lot like him. I was thinking like the mustache too.
The mustache for sure. I like that one as well. Bakley's like he's a singer. I'm like, yeah.
And of course he has to have that singer flavor. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to hang on to live,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I kind of kept it in the NBA realm of things, and I don't have one for Dom, but I was thinking about Adam Morrison from the Bobcats back in the day because of the mustache and the hair. That's what I thought, homie. Like, I was thinking about Adam Morrison. Shout out Adam Morrison, man. He out here doing this thing. Okay. Let me see. Who do I want to go? Who do I want to go with? I got a few here. You know what? I just obviously, cheap plug. All the Gonzaga boy. Yeah, the Gonzaga.
Yes, Gonzaga.
Shout out to Gonzaga.
Shout out.
Okay, I'll do this one. So recently we not yet at least, but I've done the first episode of 606 where we talk Bulls basketball. Then and I are gonna link up on episode 2 talking about D Rose. And then Tuesday we're gonna have episode 3 talking about more Bulls. So I was in the Bulls state of mind, and one of my favorite players of the Bulls that's also retired, Joakim Noah. Love the man. But I thought he was one of a kind. Until I turned on an episode of Dynamite and realized he's rock hard. Juice Robinson. Look at the beard, the long hair, like with the glasses.
Joakim Robinson.
Joakim Juice Robinson. Dude, tell me that's
Juice
not them.
Noah. Juice Noah.
Oh man, it's he was rock hard getting those rebounds.
Oh, for real, bro. For
Devin seems to like that. So does Bakley. Rock hard Noah says Bakley. Hey, listen, man, you got to get the rock hard when you get that rebound.
The next one I want to post up is the Ricky Starks one.
Oh, I like this one. This is a good one. Okay,
come on.
All right, set it up.
So obviously Ricky Starks, right? He has a lot of swag, right? He has a lot of like smoothness to him, right? He's like a ladies' man. Obviously, he's good in the ring. So the person that I think like looks like him, but also matches him personality wise, Daddy Yankee. Look at that. Dude, they got the same stylist, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you can't tell me Ricky Starks was listening to Gasolina, getting that picture, right?
Yeah, for all we know, he's listening to Gasolina in the picture for sure. Yeah. Hey, shout out Jalen on the beat. He's in the chat saying, "Yo, what's up, homie?" Shout out to you.
This is the producer right here, man. The beat maker right here.
For sure. We're doing sweaty sessions, Justin. We're over here talking about wrestling doppelgangers. Obviously, Ricky Stark is Daddy Yankee. Ya tu sabe.
I mean, look at the fades too of both of these dudes, man. He's styling, sure.
The chain, the shirt, the glasses. Dude, you killed it. Like, because you even looked at it like a proper angle too. You were trying to right angle.
I don't know what they're looking at, but they're looking in the same direction.
They're looking at their bright future. Or you know what? They're looking at the Lord because Daddy Yankee now he quit. He's retired. He's like a religious dude. Maybe Ricky Stark won't show up in NXT and he'll show up at your local like cathedral.
You never know. Him and Project Pat might do a collab on how God put them on.
Sure, for sure. Bakley says, "Tell me Kobe White doesn't look like Tavion Heights." I'm like, you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. I wish we had a side by side, but that's a good one. Okay, you know what, Jess? I'll go with another one of mine. This one, you kind of have a little bit more of an open mind to this one.
Okay.
Because
let's see.
Facial features wise, no, but they rocked the same gimmick for a time there. Okay. We all saw Shelton Benjamin show up on Dynamite last week, right?
Yeah.
What was one of the best moments of Shelton Benjamin's career? One of his better gimmicks, his more memorable gimmicks, besides his mama, was when he was the gold standard Shelton Benjamin. And I'm like, like I said, I kept in the NBA realm, and that's where I went with it. If not, I probably would have said like someone else. But I'm going through it and I'm trying to figure it out. He kind of looks like Ron Artest when he went over to the Lakers and changed his name to Meta World Peace. Tell me that like they're not at least cousins, like, or at least had the same gimmick. They're doing the same gimmick. He was the gold standard.
Had the same hairstylist.
Well, I mean, I guess at this point, Meta World Peace was the purple and gold standard, maybe. Because like the little purple,
that's his first year, right? That's his first
year.
No,
that was after they won the second championship, and I think it was after they lost to Dallas, or the year they lost to Dallas.
Oh, really? Okay.
Biggie's like, ain't no stopping me now. I mean, hey, there ain't no stopping him when he's throwing elbows to James Harden.
I was gonna say, ain't no stopping him until he gets in the stands.
Oh, for sure. Oh, dude, if he gets in the stand, there ain't no stopping him now for sure.
For sure. I also would have been an honorable mention. Would have been Cisco.
Ooh, okay. I like that one. Yeah.
Cisco could have been, because he had the blonde thing going for a little bit.
I can definitely see it for sure.
Okay,
for sure.
The one I want you to show up is Bobby Lashley. Okay, so hear me out. Because Bobby Lashley has alopecia like me, like your boy.
Yeah.
Right? So he's just smooth. When he put on the sunglasses, right?
Yes.
He looked like a certain individual. So keep an open mind, just how like you told everybody to have an open mind. So show that picture for them. Kind of look like RoboCop.
Listen, Hey, you know what? With the demeanor, like in the face, the chiseled
The lips.
jawline. Hey, Bobby, you could do a remake of the Terminator. And I mean RoboCop, not Terminator, but yeah, you could do RoboCop.
That's what I was thinking. Also, shout out to Tiffany, right, from Down for the Count, who also said the same joke too.
Oh, dude, yeah. So, that's where you got the inspiration from, then.
That's where I got the inspiration. Yeah, but like, yes, I mean the head looks like the helmet.
Yeah, for sure. Basically, going back to Sheldon Benjamin like Cisco is definitely Myron Reed. If you know Myron Reed from
If you know, you know.
if you know, you know. Shout out to him. If you watch TNA, okay, I like that one. You know what? That's out of the box. That's
It's a little bit
definitely
out of the
out.
box. I know it's a little bit of a reach, but not too far of a reach.
Okay. I still have two NBA ones, but because you did celebrities, I think we have to do an easy one here. Mark Henry and Rick Ross. Like that's the OG. That's the OG
Yeah, I mean,
doppelganger. That's the OG doppelganger for sure. For sure, man. That was a quick, easy one.
especially his heel turn.
Oh yeah,
You know,
100%.
that was
100%.
probably my favorite version of Mark Henry because
Mm.
he's such a lovable guy. You know,
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
when he had the heel turn, just added to the factor, right? But yeah,
Oh yeah.
Henry. I can't
Hall
do
of
the
Pain.
voice.
Hall of Pain.
Hall of Fame, baby.
Oh, this is a good one. Just Insane, easy. Seth Rollins and Ricky Rubio.
Hell no. Okay, hit them with the Rakishi.
Oh, I know where you're going
Right,
here.
hit them with the Rakishi, right? Because somebody, when I was looking at Instagram,
Right.
and I was like, "Whose auntie is that with Big Show and them?" I was like, "Oh shit, that's Rakishi." Don't Rakishi look like an Asian aunt?
Bro, like what does that look like? Someone's grandmother, dude. And I
That's
see
what
the
I'm
smile. It's the
saying.
smile, the eye.
Tia Rakishi.
Tia
Tia
Rikishi.
Kishi.
Oh man, you know what? He be bochinchando. He be chismoso over there on social media, just
Oh,
like a tia,
he's
just like a
doing
tia.
gossiping.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
gossiping.
that's what Rakishi's doing right now, doing all that gossiping on Twitter.
Dude, he got everybody worried, thinking that Jimmy Uso was injured or he had some serious thing going on. Nah, homie doing too much. Okay, I like what you went there. I'm gonna go with an easy one here. I'm gonna go to Claudio Mostaccioli, aka Cesaro, and he kind of looks like Jason Statham from the
Of course.
from the Fast and Furious movies.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, I see it. Look at the bald head, the facial hair. I
The
like
facial
it.
hair.
Yeah,
Right?
no, it's a
They're
good one.
both from they're both like European, right?
I think so. Don't quote me on that. But
No,
yeah,
no.
I mean, especially
I think it's from Austria.
probably, but also when
You know what? Doesn't
Cesaro,
matter. They look alike.
but also when Cesaro was doing like the James Bond like breakaway suit thing,
The breakaway pant.
yeah, if I had
Yeah.
gotten that would have been even better for sure. But that's a good one for sure, homie. I like I like that one. These are last minute ones. The last two were last minute ones.
Okay, so the last one I have, right, is for The Rock.
Okay.
And just because
No,
The
you
Rock
have
and
one more. You have one more. You have a Brett one.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's put the Brett one first. All
right. Do you want to set it up or you want me to just hit it?
Yeah, because Bret Hart at this time, right, was trying to get into the realm of acting. So of course he had to have, certain headshots and looks the way he is.
Oh yeah.
But it just also reminded me of somebody that also was from Canada as well. Somebody who was kind of I mean, isn't it ironic?
Dude,
don't you think?
Is that his daughter?
That's Alanis Morissette.
No, I know, but that's what I was.
Oh, you mean like do they look like? Yeah, I mean they do. That is
oh my god! You know what?
Spitting image. Like
you know
they
what
look
it's
like they could be related.
You know what it's like? It's like in like those TV shows when you go to alternate universes, and in the alternate universe you're a woman instead of a guy. This is alternate alternate universe doppelganger for sure. Oh man, that was a good one. I like that. Oh man, I like
my
that.
last one is for The Rock. Unless you have one. Do you have
I
one?
got two more.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
This
go
one
ahead.
I just did last minute, right? This one I also did last minute, but this one I think is perfect. So, okay. I was trying to find someone, like, obviously, as you saw with the NBA ones, I was looking for distinctive features, whether it was hair, like specific looks, like attributes, whatever, right? And one of the most iconic dudes in the world to me back in the NBA in my era was Chris Anderson, Birdman Chris Anderson.
Oh,
The dude had a
with the
bunch of
mohawk.
different, with the mohawk, a bunch of different hairstyles. He kind of looked like a kid version of CM Punk. Tell me, tell me they don't got the same hairstyle.
Oh, I wish.
Tell me they got the same.
Hold on. This is good. But it's also unlocking something in my mind.
Okay.
You seen You Got Served?
Say what?
Have you seen the movie You Got Served?
I think so. Yeah.
So the white dude in there also has like crazy spiked hair like CM Punk. I wish I had thought of that for this.
That was funny. That was a funny one because I was trying to look at because CM Punk had a mohawk for a minute there. I was gonna go Shannon Moore and mohawk Chris Anderson, but I thought this was funnier because I saw the picture of CM Punk. I'm like, oh man, this is perfect. This is fucking perfect. Oh man. Okay.
This is what Jalen said right here.
Let's see. I remember watching MTV thinking Edge was the lead singer of Puddle of Mud.
Hell no.
Oh man, I like that. Either that or the lead singer from Nickelback.
Ooh. Like especially this version with the hair cut off now.
100% for sure.
Let's see what Bakley said right here. He said Anderson looks like the youngest brother in the Four Brothers.
Yo, that's a classic. I gotta go watch Four Brothers now.
Classic. Good classic for sure.
Oh man, for sure. Okay.
Oh,
so you got your last one, right?
My last one was The Rock. And of course, seeing The Rock in eyeglasses, it's totally funny because he don't need eyeglasses. He don't.
No.
Right?
No.
But it's just there to give a certain aesthetic. So, and the aesthetic I got from it is this.
Hold up 1 second.
No problem.
There we go. Shout out to Arthur.
Shout out to the Rock Arthur right here. Arthur Bottom.
Do you smell what the W is cooking?
It doesn't matter, DW.
Oh man, dude. You know what? The Rock was the Arthur was the final boss when he punched DW that one episode.
You see that?
Oh man, you know what? I like it.
What I'm cooking, Francine.
Listen, I'm mad that you put this out there because now you put it out in the ether. And if a couple years down the line we see an Arthur live animated like film and The Rock plays Arthur, I'm gonna come for you, man. Because you putting that out.
I mean, listen. Did The Rock did not The Rock put his fist like Arthur did at the end of Bad Blood?
Oh yeah, he was basically shaking it like like Abe Simpson from the Simpsons shaking it at the sky. Oh man. Okay. All right, man. That was fun. That was a good one. I have just one last one.
All right.
And this is the one that started the ball for me. Aside from the Gunther Jokic one.
Okay.
And we all love Cody, right?
Of course.
He's a fan favorite. He's the American Nightmare. He's America's sweetheart. He went through a lot of gimmicks too. He had a trail mix of gimmicks as well. Not just Baron Corbin, but also Cody Rhodes. One of my favorite eras of him had him wearing a certain facial feature aesthetic like accessory. And I was looking through the NBA and I was thinking, who matches that aura? And that's Bill Laimbeer.
Hell no. Get your bad boys looking.
Oh my god. Bakley says Cody is Zach from Saved by the Bell. Oh my, that's a good one too.
Okay. I can see that.
But bro, like Imagine Bill Lambier dunks on you, like hard fouls you, and then puts a paper bag over your head afterwards. Like, I was thinking about it. I was gonna go rip Hamilton, but then I remember Bill Lambier,
Yeah,
and now I'm like, bro, this is even funnier. Especially like the hair, like the face, like,
dude,
oh man,
that could be his real dad right there.
oh for sure, 100%. Especially when he's a
That's
heel.
too good.
That was a good one. Oh man, I love that one. That was my favorite one. I had to save that one for last for sure, man.
Yeah, this definitely came out of nowhere for sure, for sure.
Oh man, that was a good
Oh
one.
man, well, I hope that y'all enjoyed that sweaty session. If y'all think of any wrestler doppelgangers out there, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yes, Vince. Of course, this was a good time as always. Do
Mm-hmm.
you want to tell the people where you can find them, or where they can find you? My bad.
Okay, so normally I plug my socials, but I want to go ahead and say that you guys should go ahead and follow, subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, the works at 606 Universe. Spell out the first six. That's the new pod. Straight Talk is done. New era, new universe, new segment over here. The first episode dropped yesterday, Tuesday, the 8th. We talked about the Chicago Bulls season preview. Episode 2 is dropping on Saturday with the homie Just. We talk about Derrick Rose and our memorable moments, kind of like a top 10 count out video. And then on this following Tuesday, we're going to be talking about the Bulls week schedule, the schedule predictions, and predict the win-loss record for the Bulls. So that will be up on Tuesday. So you can expect 606 to be a bi-weekly show type of thing. We're going to have a Tuesday show and a Saturday show. So there's going to be episodes for you guys every fucking week, unless my schedule doesn't allow it. So at 606, spell out the first six.
Nice.
At 606 Universe, my fault.
Nice. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to that. Love the work that you're doing there. Well, what did Ivan say? Oh, thank you. Awesome show. Oh, appreciate you, homie. The true, you know what I'm saying? Poppy, right? Was it OTPC?
OPC, Original Puppy Chulo. Big say Josh Giddey, your new hero. I was like, hey, listen.
Let's wait.
No Giddey. No Giddey. No Giddey.
Yeah.
No Giddey. No.
Kobe White's still up there for us.
Hey, shout out Kobe White.
Yeah, Kobe White all day.
Kobe.
But yeah, you can find us at Get Your Podcast on Twitter, Get Your Podcast on Instagram. If you can't find me there, you can also find me with Marks and Mike. Shout out Culture Class, Powerbomb, right? You already know, right? Shout out to the calf. Please also subscribe to the Circle Debate Network, because that's where you can find your boys and a lot of other great shows. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot of watch-alongs, Raw watch-alongs, NXT watch-alongs, and of course tomorrow they'll be on Circle Debate Show. Definitely be on tomorrow. Right. So you'll see all the homies there, right? The debate crew club.
Yeah.
But yeah,
100%.
I think that's it. Unless we got anything else.
Let me think. No. I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Can somebody match my yeet?
Me queda 1%.